and welcome to another and the final in-depth video on Might Fealty. After talking a lot about gameplay and game design and then last time about the business model, this last video goes beyond the game. You see, every game with a passionate player base sooner or later has some that will write tools, scripts and other stuff around it. Whether it is an equipment planner or a spreadsheet to calculate build queues or a script to automate some of the grind, if you have players, then some of them will be IT people, and IT people write scripts to solve problems. While this is still in early planning, I do keep it in mind while writing the game. I am talking about what's called an API in the industry, a way for software written by others to access the game and get data or trigger actions. There are a number of things to keep in mind when doing that, one of the most important being security. If you give your access credentials to some program written by someone else, that program can access your account and do whatever. We don't want that, so, much like EVE Online, the game will generate a separate API key for you that you can give to third-party software and that only has limited access to your account. But with an external API, the possibilities are endless and only limited by the imagination of, well, everyone, not just me anymore. For example, the game can send out emails for important events. But what if you want a desktop notification? I won't be writing such a piece of software for Windows, OS X and Linux, but other people can. Or if you are the type to run statistical analysis on the data of your settlements, the game can just give you the needed data in a machine-readable format. You would get the data anyways, one way or the other, even if you have to copy it by hand, so why make your job more difficult? I think the API idea is rooted in the deeper concept of mine you've already encountered in the business model video. To see my players as partners and not as victims to be locked in and exploited. If you want to contribute to the game, why should I stop you? There will be other parts slightly outside the game itself. My older game Battlemaster has a large wiki where players contribute thousands of additional pages of content, mostly descriptions of realms, regions or characters. All this adds a tremendous amount of depth to the game. By running the wiki myself instead of waiting for some fan to start one, I can also make the connection between the wiki and the game closer. But the most important thing in my mind is the ability for players to really extend the game by writing their own scripts and tools. I'm very much looking forward to see what you guys will come up with. There's just one important restriction that I want to put on those who write external programs. The ability to code should not give you an in-game advantage. If your program accesses the game API, you need to make it available to all players. That is the other part of sharing. It only works if everyone does it. But once again, I trust my players to be good people, and that I think is a good closing remark, because it is the most important assumption one can make. Thank you for watching. Thanks everyone who has supported us so far. If you haven't yet, please support us, and I hope to see you in the game.